is an old way of notating chords, of writing chords, of writing chords. Yeah. Now, today to write a chord, say we have a C major. Yeah. We do this, and they go like, okay, I know that I have to play the notes of C, E, G. However, they happen to be in my instrument. I want the C at the bottom, and E and G. And then, like I showed a second ago, they could be spread out. You see, I have 10 fingers, I can play lots of notes on the piano. You see? In figure bass, this is gonna happen. You have the note in the bass, the note at the very bottom, right? It's a C. And then with numbers underneath, they describe the intervals above that note which give you the chord. So above the C, you have E, which is the interval of a third. Yeah, C, D, E, it's a third. Above the C, you also have the interval of a fifth to the G, C, D, E, F, G. It's a fifth. Right? Yeah. So this chord, C major, in root position, in our modern chord notation, is notated. You have the C at the bottom. You have the C at the bottom. 5, 3. 5, 3. So you had the harpsichord player, or you had the lute player, or you did the organ player, even instruments which could do harmony. They would see the C note at the bottom, 5, 3, and they would understand, oh, I have to make a C major chord. Actually, you know what will happen? They would have absolutely nothing, because in actual practice, the note with no numbers automatically means a 5, 3. But for now, 5, 3. Yeah, there's a system of shortcuts, so to speak. But now I'm explaining the corresponding between how they correspond. So you see, you have a third and a fifth on top. That note, 5, 3. So both of these mean C major in a root position. In a root position. So what people have to get their heads around is that the bass notes, the bass lines, the bass line is most important in figure bass. Bass line is king. The bass line is king. Now, you just played a second ago a C major in first inversion. Could you give me the notes from the bottom up?
E, G, and C.
E, G, and C. Okay, I'm gonna put this one here as well. C, E, G, C major. Okay. Now, you give me E, G, and C. In modern chord notation, how would we write that?
E, G, so it will be 3.
Yeah, but what chord would you see to describe a C major with an E in the bass?
Okay.
It's a slash chord, remember?
Yeah, slash, yeah.
Remember slash chords? So to say C major but with the E in the bass, you will find C
like this, yeah?
slash E. Would you?
Yeah.
Remember that? That means that you play a C major, but the note at the bottom is got to be an E.
Okay.
It's a different chord. I mean, it's the same chord, but it's got a different balance.
Okay.
It does something slightly different. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we have an E at the bottom. Okay? So let's see now. Let's put the E at the bottom here, just to start with. What's the interval between the E and the G? Just the number. E, F, G.
2.
A third.
Third.
Between E and G, it's a third.
3.
And what's the interval between the E and the C? E, F, G, A, B, C.
6, yeah?
It's a sixth. 6-3. A first inversion chord, 6-3. Now, you see, that's the reason why interval at grade 6 level, we cannot have any doubts about intervals, keys, key signatures, major and minor, all that knowledge has to be solid, as concrete. Because besides the exam, in life, in real life, you haven't got the time to work out, is that a fourth or a fifth, is that a sixth or you do. That's why all those grades are progressive, and at this stage, all of that is required knowledge. 6-3 is a first inversion chord. See, a third above, a G is there, G, the E is at the bottom, do I know? And then the C on top here. See? That's the third, and that's the sixth. 6-3 is a first inversion chord. Now then, the second inversion chord that you played a second ago, if you give me the notes from the bottom up again, second inversion chord now, the next one up.
G, C,
G, C,
E.
and E, exactly. Now, I'm going to put the G there. G. Now, what's the interval? Just the number between the G and the C.
4.
It's a fourth. Exactly. That's a fourth. And what's the interval between the G and the E?
6.
6. That's it. So you see, now, root position chord, 5-3. First inversion chord, 6-3. Second inversion chord, 6-4. 6-4. Now, what we'll do, we might do a little bit of practice that I write a chord in figure base and you tell me its equivalent in modern chord and vice versa. We might practice a little bit of that in a minute. Now I'm going to show you the shortcuts.
Okay.
5-3 root position, we don't even write. If you see a note in figure base on its own, and there's no number, that means that the chord above is a root position. Root position. 6-3, just 6, and 6-4, we just write 6-4 because it's such an important chord.